Okay, I believe we are live. Yes, we are. What's going on, Wiser Shifters? This is like a last minute type of thing, should I say. Going live. Really don't go live often. My plan for lives will be much different than this. But given the circumstances and situation, I am in Florida, and as a prepper, and what I've been doing on this channel is to help you guys prepare for situations like that, natural disasters that that might strike, calamities that you can actually plan for, practical prepping, not doomsday prepping. But I just wanted to pop in real quick and say hello to everybody, to all the wiser shifters, all the supporters, all new subscribers, all the return subscribers, those who've been commenting and getting to know me. I'm getting to know everybody here on this platform that who are subscribed to the channel. But here on this channel, we are mostly about prepping and being practical with things. Given the situation that I am in Florida and Hurricane Helen, forgot how to pronounce her name, but took place already. She gone. We're still clean. Part of state of Florida is still cleaning up in other state that it did hit. But right now we are getting ready to face Hurricane Milton. If you're watching this after the live as a playback, just know that this is before, so we don't know what took place and what happened. So this is the pre check in before the storm, the calm before the storm, as most people often say. Well, let me just say a reason for this live is to one, to check in. I am okay, and I think all the subscribers who've been here with me from day one and those who are new here, thank you. And I am okay, just checking in. That's why it's important when you are a prepper, whether you are an avid prepper or a beginner or someone who's just considering it or someone who's just a casual prepper, knowing that life can happen, and when a natural disaster or a calamity strike, you don't have control of that. So this live is more about, okay, what can you do in the moment and what can you do in the future. So far, while I was executing my plan for evacuation, or if I was going to bug in or bug out, as often people would say, the key is to know what you're able to handle and what's best for you and your family. I have a family, so I have to put them first. If it was just me, I hunker down and deal with it, because I've been dealing with hurricanes since 99 in Florida, 1999. So I have some years and some hurricanes under my belt that I can definitely say that I had some practice. But nevertheless, the key thing is, no matter where you are here in America, whether you up, up north, west coast or east coast, or down here with me in Florida, doesn't matter where you are in the states. Key thing is that each year or each season, there's a natural potential disaster that you might face. What are you doing to prepare for it? Are you um, really putting a plan together? Do you have the necessary tools? Have you practiced with those tools? Because a lot of things that I'm noticing that people here on the channel with me who are subscribed and those who are asking question on other platform besides YouTube is that some people not understanding that just because you survive a situation or an event that take place, you have to prepare for the next possible event. And I don't want to ramble on. I just want to give some tips and ideas, because this is a back-to-back situation where we had a hurricane already passed through part of the states of Florida, and now we are facing a potential Category 4 and Category 5 hurricane. But the thing is that when it comes to preparation, understanding the prep prior and what are you doing in the moment of the situation and also post situation. So let's talk about those three parts of preparedness. The planning, which I like to call the first part of preparedness, the planning is great because you can have great ideas, right? And great ideas that is planned well, when it comes to the moment of executing it, will show you your flaws within your idea. So a lot of people have planned for, evacuation. Some people have planned to stay within their home. Whichever you decide to do, understand that your plan have flaws, and it's your responsibility, and you to do your due diligence to be honest with yourself, and say, okay, what part of my plan is flawed, and how can I improve upon it. In my prior experience with different hurricanes, and also natural disasters, is that um, the one thing that's always like stick out to me as a red flag, disturbing. One thing that always stick out to me as a red flag, part of my preparation was the first phase of prepping, is that, which is the planning. In the moment dealing with a natural disaster or man-made, it doesn't matter. In the moment of executing your plan, one thing that I noticed for myself is that often I was not organized. Had the tools, had the skills, had the knowledge, but I wasn't organized. There were times that I was looking for certain tools that it should have been with a particular tool. It should be together. Or if my wife needed something, she needed to, help me, with something. She needed to know, okay, these two tools should be here, or at least there should be a label of some sort. So I am working on that. Preparation, um, and organization is key, because you can have all the tools in the world, but if you don't have organization, count it as a loss. Because if the in the moment, for example, I'm a huge 2A advocate. In the moment, say, um doing a situation where someone trying to break into my home, right? And there was some exchange, and let's just say, in that moment, God forbid, something happened to me. I need to be able to do two things. One, rely on my wife to apply a tourniquet and save my life from, whatever that situation might be, and for me from not bleeding out, or for me to be able to apply my own tourniquet, right? That's just one like extreme situation. But other situation, like making sure that your generator or your solar generator, or having just simply having lights, battery, and light, keeping all those things together. And I know that sounds so simple, but when you have a bug out bag and you have all these different tools everywhere, like even right now, I got my buckets, right? I'm getting ready to fill these up with, certain items, and put them aside, just for quick access, right? Just in the moment of executing your plan, which is the second part of your preparedness, and as a prepper, you have to evaluate yourself and really see, okay, am I really prepared? Because you can make all the wonderful plans you want, right? But if in the middle, when it's time to execute that plan, and you can't, and you fail in a certain area, you have to look at that plan and really reevaluate that plan, and really make the adjustments. So in the future, post, even in post issue, or after, after the problem, you have to look at the situation and say, okay, phase three, which is post calamity, you really have to be like, how do I recover from all this, right? So understanding planning, understanding execution, and third, understanding evaluation. So those three phases of preparedness is important, it's key. And often people get stuck in phase one, which is just planning, buying this gear, get this, buy this, store this food, get the best whatever, right? And that's just phase one. And sometimes we fail in the execution, because we find ourselves, fumbling around trying to figure certain things out. And then phase three, some people don't even get to that. Some people that do get to that, they don't evaluate and really try to find the resolution for their failure, which is in part number two, which is part two of your phase of prepping, which is the action part of it. So if you fail to go through these three phases, I really don't really consider that you're a practical or a how I say, a true prepper, because we prep on a daily basis. Not to be, let me take that back. I don't think you are an effective prepper, because we all prepper by nature. We all preppers by nature, because even just getting up, putting your clothes together and go to work or go to school, whatever the situation might be, you plan for that. You prep for that. So at the end of the day, it's just a way of extreme, like just extreme part of it. Because most people, when they hear prepper or prep or preparedness or survivalness, they often refer to doomsday preppers. But I'm here to tell you, you are a prepper by nature. So checking in, I'm okay, and I hope that during the replay you catch those three phases of preparedness, which is planning, execution, and resolution. All right. So let's move on. Those who are here in Florida with me and getting ready to deal with this storm, those who are evacuating, that's good, and those who have planned, make sure your plan doesn't have too many hole in it, not too many issues with it, because less issues, more effective it can be, and more successful it will be. So make sure that your plan have a great foundation, because when it comes time to execute that plan, you want to be rock solid. And then post your issues, whatever, make sure that you can definitely look at some resolution. Now, a lot of my new subscribers here on this channel, thank you, and welcome on this channel, and welcome on this journey with me. I appreciate everyone who's here, and those who are watching this replay. Um, Thank you also. Make sure you like this video, share with someone, and there's still information here that can help somebody else. And also make sure comment and tell me a little bit about situations about if you're dealing with the storm, and also how can you improve on the three phases of preparedness that I just shared. Another thing that I want to briefly talk about is that I had some video I was editing and getting ready to upload, but just doing this whole storm situation, I'm gonna postpone that for later on, which was about the port strike and everything like that. It was, there's a, they came to a resolution, which is just a small extension until the new year. So don't sleep on that. Make sure you understand that that's just a temporary agreement for them to go back to work and to allow us to be able to receive what we need. That's at the harbor right now, and that's need to be go out. That need to go out, because if you think about it, if they were still on strike during this second storm, and there's also other hurricane brewing out in the Gulf and also Atlantic Ocean, just know that it wouldn't been a good look for them to be striking right now. But nevertheless, I'm glad they came to a resolution. They resolved the issue. But then again, I hope that they finalize it when they go back, to the table again to negotiate. Because the port is important, and if you think about it, we're looking at major distribution um, receivers that get stuff from the shipments that do come to our port, and that is just the East Coast port. The West Coast port is still open and everything like that, and doing that strike. And there's two different entity or two different group, but nevertheless still the same occupation, the same job. What else I want to talk to you guys about? Oh yes, real quick. Um, if you're not dealing with the storms right now, because not everybody get to experience the hurricane that we are about to face. Just know that there is, fall is here also, and as corny as it is, I'm about to say it is, but I'm gonna make this statement: winter is coming for all my northern individual subscribers. Don't wait until fall is over and winter is here for you to start prepping. Start prepping now. Start prepping now, and make sure that you have everything that you need. And real quick, for those who are here in Florida who's gonna stay behind and not evacuate, and those who have plans to go outside of the path of the hurricane, just know this: three key things that's important. I know we're gonna want to do more, but as a prepper, we tend to get sidetracked and not focus on the key things. The key things are food, water, shelter. Those three things: food, water, shelter. That is the base and foundation, you know what I'm saying, with when it comes to preparedness. Always, always, always keep that foundation. And with that foundation, you will always succeed. Always succeed. Because, the rule of three. And if you're a prepper, you know. And if you don't, for the sake of the live, I don't want this to be too long. Go research the rule of three. You know what I'm saying? Um, we know those are necessities in regard to food. Let's talk about them briefly. And if you want me to do an in-depth video, I can. Just request that in the comment below. Um, and I have four. I have a few people watching here. And if you're watching this, just check your prep. Check your prep. And no matter if you're dealing with the hurricane, you're here in Florida, or you outside of the states, make sure you have these three things, three foundations. Number one, food. Do you have, because I'm gonna tell you right now, only if I could just pull up. I wish I was doing this inside my home, but if I had a chance, I would have pulled up these information up for you guys. Um, the three foundation, the food. Let's talk about food real quick. As I was topping off, if you saw my recent short that I upload here, you can see I was in the parking lot of Sam's Club and how packed it was. And I was just going and get the last few last minute items, just to make sure I top off my prep. It was chaotic, and I made a few stops at a few different stores, and I probably will upload this short later on so you guys can see what I saw. Um, it was chaotic. People were acting like it was the end of the world, and it was not new to me. But for anybody who's a prepper and really sit back and observe, because of course, if you prep, you're not panicking. You know what you have, and you know you are ready because your preparation it should be ahead. Now you should be dealing with preventive maintenance, not reaction. A lot of people were reacting to the storm that's brewing out there in the sea. Milton. So the food that I was going to get were non-perishable food. I'm talking about adding up to my canned goods, just to make sure I can rotate once this all done. People were buying perishable items, not understanding that power can go out. And I've seen a few people comment here, solar. Yes, solar is important. And if you don't have solar or any kind of generator, all that food a lot of these people bought, let's just say the storm didn't hit that hard. Let's just say it went down to a lower category, right? Before it make landfall. And let's just say nothing happened. Good. They got food for the next 2 weeks or so. But if it does, think about it. If power going out and you don't have no sort of ways to keep your food at temp, because you got to keep food at a certain temperature before it go bad. We all know that. Just basic food handling. A lot of people just went and waste money. I'm looking at people throwing money away pretty much. A lot of people. And some might have a generator or a solar generator. But think about it. You have to prioritize your power when the grid is down, because there's definitely going to be power outage. Yes, our governor DeSantis have preparation in place for us to really make this the best successful recovery after the fact of the hurricane. But he's still a man. You are responsible for yourself. So Mosaic Homestead, he reached out earlier. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you, man. he checked up on me, and one of the few people that checked up on me, and I told him I'm good. And one of the things that I can definitely say is that if you are going out there and doing last minute preparation, or you're just topping up your prep, just be careful. But if you're someone who's just totally in the dark and you just going out to look for food last minute, I feel sorry for you. Here's one tip I'll share: get non-perishable items. Yeah, it's self-explanatory, but a lot of people will get sidetracked and just get things that either they like to eat, which is fine, but at the same time, or or are you getting non-perishable item, because it might be a while before that power come back on for you to be able to cook, or that all that perishable item just gonna go to waste. And not only that, you don't know how long power gonna be out. Somebody said ice cream sell out, laugh a lot. Hey, Mosaic Homestead, I agree, because there were, oh, if only if I could show the picture, the paper towel aisle, just for the sake of a joke, I went there and checked it out from Sam's Clubs and Walmart, completely empty, right? So so a lot of people just not prioritizing when it comes to food. And oh, we got the Orlando Gardener here. Orlando Gardner, yo, y'all go check out his channel. He's awesome, man. When it comes to food, also, oh, real quick, Ray and Music also in here in the chat. Make sure that you have cash on hand. I don't know if you heard about Bank of America, what happened earlier this week. Their bank account was looking funny, and they weren't able to get money out. But I don't want to get sidetracked. Foundation of preparedness. We cover food real quick. Make sure you get non-perishable item if you are preparing, no matter what situation that you are in, because you have to be able to. It has to be, MRE, ready to eat, ready to eat. Or if you are getting something that you have to cook, make sure you have the necessary mean, either through charcoal, briquettes, propane, whatever the means of however you're going to be able to do that, maybe be able to start fire. That's why it's important to be able to learn these skills and know how to start fires and cook that food. I know ramen noodles ain't good for all of us, but if that's what you can afford and that's all you're able to eat in the moment of a calamity, get it, store it, make sure you have it. If you get certain canned good where you can just pop up the top and you're ready to go, hey, room temp is awesome. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you are doing that. Get non-perishable item food, right? So that was number one out of the three. Number two, out of the three, which is food, water, and shelter. Water. This is important. If you didn't prep and have water, make sure you do a few things. Even if you just, I'm gonna use these for something else, right? For to keep certain item dry. Just the way I live, I won't deal with flood, but you never know. Just to protect certain item, I'm gonna use these bucket, but use any container that is clean that you're able to use. Fill it up. I'm gonna say this again. Whatever container you can get, because water is essential. We know that, and I'm not gonna repeat it and beat a dead horse. But water is essential. Make sure any container that you can fill up, that's more than a liter, um, or if you can get if you can go to, if you have a few gallons, even if you were going to throw some out and it's a gallon empty milk jug, keep it, fill it up with water, because you don't know if there's a storm surge where our water facility get compromised because either sewage got into our water system, or it's just whatever issue might be. If it get contaminated and there's a boil warning for you to boil your water, make sure you have clean water. It's like I'm looking at the chat right now. Uh, Mosaic Homestead, yes, it's number one. It is number one. You can survive without food, but that water after couple of days, you're gonna feel the impact. Because we are made what, that's what, 80, 70, 80% of water. Not to get sidetracked, water is important, and don't when you're facing a calamity, or are you if you dealing with a problem, whether it's man-made or natural, just know that water is key, because three things that you're gonna need water for. Orlando Gardner said, "Yes, water purifier." Yes, I'm gonna get to that because it's important. Because one, we need the water. That's why I started with make sure you can fill any container that you can fill it up. Because if water stop flowing, guess what? You have usable water to cook, to clean with, and even to to bathe with. You know what I'm saying? Not bathe, but take a quick on the go shower. um, um, and not only that, to drink. That is important. So understanding the importance of water, because if you live in a certain situation where you are in an apartment complex, condo, a house, it doesn't matter. The more water source you have, the better. Because like the Orlando Gardener says, it's and the Mosaic Homestead, they both said it's important. Orlando Garden say water purification. Often tell people make sure you can purify your water at least three ways, minimum three ways. One, you should have a way to boil your water, right? And that is to make sure you boil it a good amount of time so you can kill any bacteria or any living I say organization organism that's inside the water. And not only that, life straw, or soya mini, those two are like my go-to, but there's a ton of other option on the market. Or getting what you call it, a any way of purifying your water is key, right? Like the Orlando Garden say, purifying your water is key. Having a way to purify your water is key, because if your water is contaminated during the storm or an issue like this, not only that you already in a state of issue or problem, you facing a different problem. The last thing you need is for your health to be at stake. You're welcome, Orlando Gardner. Thank you for commenting. Um, Mosaic Homestead says, I have a natural water purifier. It's called a coconut palm. There you go. And that you get an electrolyte too, because a lot of people just think water is just as is. Remember, you need your mineral minerals and electrolyte to refill. Don't just drink water for the sake of drinking water, because water can strip you of your mineral. But getting back at the topic at hand, the third way of purifying your water is what you call it, either a tablet, one of purification tablets, or having some sort of, that is, disclaimer, only for those who know how to do it. There's way with via by chlorine or bleach, but that is for a large volume of water. Only if you know how much water per um, basically is a math, and I don't have time to go into it. It's a certain amount of bleach or chlorine that need to be added to a volume of water to really um, purify it, and so you don't harm yourself. Disclaimer: do your research. I'm no expert, but what I do know is I follow the math and find a way to. If I have X amount of water amount and I need to purify it, buy the kit and follow it. Follow it. Don't listen to me, because I'm telling you, based on experience, there's certain ways I can finesse and find ways to get it done. So make sure you can boil your water, have some sort of filtration, and not only that, another way, which is either through water tablet or chlorine, whatever means of you want to do it. Those three are key. You can't go wrong with them. Now, the third part of preparation is shelter. And most of us who's watching this, and if you're fortunate, you have a home. Whether it's beautiful or not, you have a roof over your head. So that roof you have over your head, if you have taken the time to really board up your window because of wind, you don't have no impact glass, uh, or you don't have, if you buy it, if your home is near trees, and debris might hit your window, you need to find ways to protect your window if something do happen. Your shelter is your primary because it protect you from the element, and because it protect you from the element, you are out of harm, and the biggest thing too, you're covered. Whether there's a snowstorm, um, a hurricane, tornado, whatever, you're protected. That's why it's foundation and it's key and it's important. Um, that is all I have for you guys for right now. And I might do another video, or well, not another video. I might go live again just to give you guys an update. But if you enjoy it, please like the video, comment below. Let's talk about some of the part that I talk about in the beginning of the video. If this is a replay, you'll catch it and you'll know what I'm talking about. For those who are here currently, remember we talked about the 3 phases of preparedness, which is planning, action, and then resolution. So just make sure that you do that and reevaluate those portion of the 3 phases of preparedness, and of course visiting the foundation of preparedness, which is food, water, shelter. And especially in a time like this, make sure that we are following through. Make sure we have our food, we have our water, and we have our home ready for this storm and whatever issue that might comes with it. And one of you guys says, was it Mosaic Homestead? He said homes are built different here. Indeed, every state have its a building code. So if your home is not stable or safe, I advise you to do what you need to do and bug out, leave, evacuate, get away. And if that's where your prep is, and you have to find ways to leave. And that's why I tell a lot of people in 3 phases of preparedness, you have to have plans, because just because plan A, B, C is looking good, you still got to have Z in your back pocket ready to go, because you may go through all your plans and one have to work, and one will work if you plan it correctly. And especially when it comes to execution, if you lazy and you don't execute it correctly, nothing is perfect, but if you can get an 80-90% execution on your plan, success. And always evaluate. um do we have any question? If you're just coming in live, do you have any question statements? I know I can, let me see, go revisit a few of these statement. Perry, is it Rodriguez? I'm mispronouncing the first name. Perry said Walmart has a $5 folding stove. It comes with a uh, cube. All you need is a match. Okay, that's good. Hey, Walmart has a lot of hidden gem. If you guys know what you're looking for, make sure you go through those aisles and check them out. And another thing too, I look around too when you go to Walmart and looking for certain things, or any big box store. Make sure you look around, look behind certain things, because one thing I noticed that I wanted to get extra 5 gallon containers for water, just to have access, because I got a little one, so I got, first time dad here. I got a little one. I just want to make sure I'm preparing on all cover all bases. So I wanted to get some extra water container. People was hiding certain things uh, behind things in different aisles. Of course, I used to be a loss prevention security personnel, so I knew about strengths and people hiding certain things and come back for it. But for me, it's been what, almost 7 years since I've been in that field. But one thing I noticed, that I still have the skill. I'm always looking at I'm still looking at I'm still looking at things. But to get to the point is that when you go to Walmart and you look for certain prepping gear or tools, make sure you look everywhere because people are hiding things and for them to come back if they don't have the money for it. But just make sure you look everywhere. Uh I'm not living I live here in Bunker. Of course, hey, I get it. Trust me. The expense it would take. Mosaic Homestead said he's bugging in. Hey man, listen, I get it. You got to protect your home because especially if where's this where all your prep is. For me, it's more expensive to leave. But then again, if you're not sure, please evacuate. Listen to Governor DeSantis and those who are in control. That $5 Walmart stove here costs $30. See, that's another thing. Real quick, be careful. That's why it's important to prep because Mosaic Homestead made a good point. He said it, the prices will vary in different places. That's why often I try to do Amazon because I'm gonna have a few Amazon affiliate links in some of my video in the future, and that's a way for you guys to support the channel so also so I can give you guys more content. Be careful of price gouging when situations like this when people evacuate and go. That's why it's expensive when people go to different state or a different location to bug out during situations like this. Price gouging take place in hotels because even though there's a vacancy in that hotel room for those nights they might charge you extra unless the local government or wherever you at may state governor may pass an executive order so that people won't change the prices, but be mindful of that. Price changes might take place also, so just because I might say it's this amount in one place, always do your due diligence, check it out. Unless I got an Amazon link for you and that price might be the same, unless they run out or they change it. And I'll update you guys about that too. And what else? Man, Mosaic Homestead, I appreciate you. And you giving them a lot of good gem here. A lot of good insights you sharing right here. The only thing is being hidden here are cheap prices. Of course. Um, okay. Let's see. Um, I really want to touch on this. Um, this is something that a lot of people overlook. Let's just say if power goes out, we off grid. Besides those who really prep, one thing that if you miss something in your prep, like they're just trying to get fuel or food, right? Um, a lot of people fail to do one thing. One thing that people forgot is to have cash on hand. Whatever amount you're able to get out, make sure you get in ones, five, and tens. Try to stay away from large bills, but if you can get those three type of bills, ones, five, and tens, maybe 20s. So if you have a lot, 20s may help you with space and carrying it. But anything above that, that's too much because you want to be able to the after, which is the post, which is the third phase of preparedness, the planning, the action, and then the resolution. At post of situation, having cash on hand will help you. Will help you. Let's just say you go to a gas station. One thing that's for sure is that if there's no power, you will not be able to pump fuel, right? But if you have cash and you need to get food or anything that you need to add to your prep, having cash on hand because the power is down, you're able to still make a purchase via old traditional way of giving them cash and they give you your change back. Now, if you have any large bill more than $20, then you're asking for too much because they might not have enough change to give you back. So make sure you have cash on hand. Money is here. Little chicken, medium chicken, and big chicken. Mosaic, hey, trust me, I get it. When SHTF happened, Listen, you got goals, Mosaic Homestead. You got goal because bartering and trading will be key. I think we're gonna wrap it up, but we're approaching 40 minute. I just stepped out just to let everybody know I'm doing okay, and I appreciate everybody who's watching. And I'll probably do more lives later on, more in a studio environment, but of course I'll do some on the go like this too. But thank you for watching and thank you for being here with me. We're gonna wrap it up. I will pop in back in later on, sometime maybe later today. I'm not sure, but definitely sometime this week, either via live or and I have some videos that I might upload too. Mosaic Homestead, I appreciate you, man. You one of the foundation subscribers here, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. You be safe too, brother. You be safe. Everybody else, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe to this channel, and share this video with someone you love, whether it's now that you want to get them to some information, you send it to them, have them watch this video so they can learn something. And even after the fact, if you're, someone who may dealing with some issues, they can learn from this video. I appreciate everybody. Wiser shifters, stay strong, stay peaceful, be vigilant. Remember, you gotta be wise and you have to shift when situation arise. Love you guys. Thank you for watching. Be safe if you're in Florida and you're about to face this storm. And if you're outside of Florida and you're outside of the non-effective affected areas, please pray for us. Please keep us in your good thoughts. Whatever you believe in. Just check up on us. We're tough down here. We tough. We tough. I've been rocking with Florida since 1999. So I am registered and licensed to deal with these storms. All right, I'm out. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you for watching, y'all. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'll see you guys next time.